We signed our lease on November 1st of 2021, and we officially opened February 1st of 2022. Hi, I'm Mike Fry, and I'm the owner of Brig Surf, and I'm really happy to be here in Brigantine, and we hope you come by and visit us. I've been doing the surf industry for 40 years or so now, and this is kind of the last chapter in the culmination of a very long career. We want to build a surf shop that's very inclusive, very welcoming, very friendly, a lot of fun to be at. We're starting to embark on some very interactive experiences for our customers with in-store QR codes. That way each line can tell its own story in the words of the people who started the line. I think it's very important that we have a voice, and each company has a voice. In this day and age, the companies have gotten so big and they've gotten so out of touch with the local surf community, and we wanted to kind of try to bring that back to everybody and let them see that people running these companies are actually still surfers and still care about what happens in their local community. I grew up in a surf shop community where people were really excited about the owner. It was a historic building, tons of history, great energy, and that's what I wanted to replicate here. I think we've done it, we've tried. The product is great, the store is great. We've tried to lay it out like an art gallery so that we can really focus on the product that's in here. It's colorful, it's bright, it pops, it has a lot of energy, and we wanted to bring that to the plate. And we also wanted to work with companies in the industry that get that. So one of our goals that we teach everyone who works here is when someone walks in the door that you're greeted. We say hello, we offer you water, we offer you coffee. If we have beer or wine, we offer you that too. Maybe we offer you more. Even people sitting outside on the bench, they don't even have to come in our store. We put water out and food out for the dogs, mostly the seagulls. It turns out they usually eat the dog food, but we put water out. The energy of a surf shop to me is a very important thing. When I first walked into a surf shop, when I first started surfing, the inclusivity of the people that I hung out with was kind of new. We had just transitioned going into a high school from a regional elementary school. So all these kids were new. And the first group of people that were really friendly were the surfers. And that was the first time I'd ever really come into contact with the surf culture and the skateboarding culture. And it was so invigorating, I couldn't believe it. You know, I was nervous about being in high school. We were in this new environment, it was bigger, all these schools were blending together, and it was the surfers that stood out as being the most welcoming of the bunch. And then when I started working and going, being a pretty avid surfer, going to Surfer Supplies in Ocean City, the owner there, George Gerlach, he was the same kind of guy. You would walk in, he always said hello, he remembered your name, he made you feel really special. And I wanted that to be what our shop did. I loved George, I loved Surfer Supplies. I worked there for years, I had a great time. I've always tried to keep the respect for the surf shop alive. I want the surf shops to prosper. As a rep, as a publisher, as a company representative for a long time, the surf shop success was my #1 goal. And now that I have a surf shop, I still want that to be the case. I want you to come in the store and be greeted properly and treated like a friend and family, and be comfortable coming in here with your relatives and your friends and your children, knowing that you're gonna have a great experience and you're gonna be treated fairly and properly, whether we sell you anything or not. I've turned a lot of people out of here to other surf shops. Our local surf shop Primal, I've sent it to my friends at Heritage in Margate. I've sent them to my friends at Surfer Supplies down in Ocean City. If we don't have the right product for you, if we can't give you the right thing to make your surfing experience great, then I will make sure that we can find someone who can do that for you. Whether you're a beginner or an expert, we may not have the right product for you, but I can definitely give you the right advice and point you in the right direction to help you with that. But I want to build surfers. I want people to experience the same joy and happiness that I've had in this industry from the beginning.
Mission Cafe opens for the season Saturday, May 4th. Our hours will be Saturday and Sunday, 7 to 3. Santuoso is our dark roast, which is used in all of our cappuccinos, lattes, and iced coffees. You can order ahead online using our Instagram or our website. For the 2024 season, we're bringing back our coffee favorites, our comedy shows, and we're excited to add Poké Bowls. So when you come into Mission Cafe, we have punch cards now. You get 6 coffees and your 7th is free. And for our bowls, buy 9 and get your 10th free. Here at Mission Cafe, we are dog friendly and we always have treats waiting for your furry friends. One of our favorite iced drinks here in the summertime is the caramel macchiato. Purchase these beans online or come right into Mission Cafe.
How you doing? We're here with Chief Fuller today, and we're going to talk about beach safety, all things beach, what to do when you're on the beach if there's an emergency. But before we do that, let's talk about how we get onto the beach, how to do it safely and properly. How you doing, Paul?
I'm good. Thanks for having me today.
It's always our pleasure.
Nice to be out of the studio and on the beach today.
Yes, it's a great day. So why don't you give us some tips to air down, not to air down? What should people do when they're coming and they want to drive onto the beach?
Gotcha, absolutely. Well, growing up in Brigantine, spent a lot of time going to the beach, driving on, been driving on the beach. My first car was a 4x4 driving on, nice. So I got lots of experience. In my opinion, you know, this is the best way to do it is to make sure when you get on, make sure you're in four-wheel drive. And you got to be in four-wheel drive. And
low,
that's,
high?
I prefer, personally, I like going into four-wheel low.
Okay, unless you get into trouble. That's a different story, right?
Well, you know, it just did not be in trouble. I just go right into four low.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with four high, but I like four low because it just gives me more power, more torque for the wheels to drive on.
And you're not driving fast on the beach anyway.
Absolutely not. So. No, a speed limit is 10, 15 miles an hour at max. There's
pretty
no
slow.
reason to go fast. There's people everywhere. You don't want to hit anybody, so you're going slow. Okay. So make sure you're engaged four-wheel drive. I air down my tires 20, 25 pounds. That way it gives me better traction in the sand. And those two things are probably your best.
All right, so say you're driving on the beach, and we live here, so we see some people get stuck. And suddenly you find that I'm spinning my wheels, I'm stuck.
Yep.
What's your advice for those people at that moment?
Well, my first advice would be don't panic, don't bug out, just remain calm. You're gonna want to put it in reverse. You don't want to keep giving it gas because your tires are just gonna spin and you're just gonna dig down into the sand. Put it in reverse and you're gonna back up 20 feet or so, give yourself make a runway, and then you're gonna go forward again and drive up over that little hill berm where you got stuck.
Okay.
And even before that, when you drive onto the beach, before you hit that soft sand, you know, you want to actually identify where you want to go. Choose your path, so you know exactly where you want to go. You want to avoid cutting the wheel and making sharp turns. You're just going to get stuck that way. Long, sweeping turns.
Right.
That way you won't get stuck in this soft sand.
All right, so smooth momentum is better than quick, fast
Yes.
turns and speed up, slow down.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Follow those simple guidelines, and that should get you out of trouble for the most part.
Okay, now, should you get in trouble and you're stuck, any suggestions?
Well, it's always good to have a short shovel. That way you can dig out any sand underneath the vehicle. If you can carry some short boards in your truck, you can put them under your tire, and that'll use it as traction to help get you up and out of the sand.
Okay. So there are seasons that you can be on a beach, and there are specific 4x4 beaches with access. So do you want to share what some of those access streets are?
Sure. Well, you have the north end, 14th Street and East Beach. There's an access point to drive on the north end. The Cove is at the end of Lagoon, if you want to drive on there. And the other access point for the public is Seaside Drive for the Jetty Beach entrance. If you have any other information as far as specifics for time of year, seasons and stuff, you can always check the city's webpage, and they'll have everything that you need on there.
Great. Now, and an added note, if you are driving on and decide to let some air out of your tires and you have to get back on the highway at the end of the day, I do believe all of these access points do have a compressor they can air back up. Is that correct?
Yes, they do. The city gives complimentary free air to air back up, so you can drive back off and your tires are inflated to the proper pressure.
I mean, you gotta love Brigantine, right? You got free air and you have no parking meters.
I know.
Does it get any better than this, folks?
I know.
I think it's great. And sunshine. All right. All right, so a lot of people come down to Brigantine. We have great beaches. Water safety. If you arrive to the beach and there are lifeguard stands set up, clearly they're going to set up flags. Most people understand that concept of where they can swim, where they can't. Should they find themselves on the beach and there are no lifeguards, water safety, tips, and how you deal with that and suggestions.
Sure. Well, in the lifeguards, obviously, it's the best place to swim. Protected beach. When lifeguards are on duty, you'll be safe and someone will be watching you. In the event you're in the water and you get into trouble and there's no lifeguards there, swim with a buddy. Swim with somebody else if you're going to be in the water, so you're not by yourself. If you're on the beach and you witness someone getting in trouble, call 911. That'll notify us. It'll dispatch. It'll notify us. We'll respond in a fire EMS response where we come with our water rescue equipment and vehicles and an ambulance, and we're the ones that'll fill in the gap when the lifeguards aren't on duty.
All right, so Paul, thank you as always.
Always a
pleasure. This is
pleasure.
great information.
Yes.
All right, summer 2024 is quickly approaching. Everybody come out and enjoy the beach. Have a great summer.
I want to thank you for all your dedication and contributions to the department. It's been a privilege serving with you. Your dedication to the department, your firefighters, and your humor around the kitchen will be greatly missed. I want to wish you well in your retirement and will miss working with you. The time is now 9:37, and Portable 53 is now out of service for retirement.
Thank you, number 10. That's it.